going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational. My name is Ty Workentine, here with my little brother,
What's
Evan
up?
Workentine. And we're back at you with episode number 11 of TEW Confrontational.
11.
So, yeah, we're excited. We're to keep rolling. Big thing that happened in this past week, basically this past weekend, was the Masters. That was probably the big thing, and we touched on our last episode. But, yeah, if we want to jump into that right away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Just kind of the biggest thing is John Rahm taking home first place. And then Brooks
Rahmbo,
Koepka,
Johnbo, yeah.
Choking at the time that it mattered, I think. What did he blow? How many strokes did he blow
Yeah, so he was like negative 12. He was 12 under, and then
after day two, right?
yeah, I think he was 12 under after day 2 or 11 under, and had a reasonable lead. I think John Rahm was sitting at like 9 under or something after the second round, and the weather wasn't cooperative at all.
No.
First day, I mean, first day was easy, like pretty. They said binary, which means there's really no wind. I mean, the conditions were pretty perfect, and then but yeah, but then on Friday, that's when all the weather came, the big storm that delayed it then. And then on Saturday, they finished up in the rain, like the downpouring rain and everything. So it was just a mess. But
Yeah, the weather for sure, a lot of rain. Like you mentioned before, three trees that were blown down by the wind.
yeah, on the 17th
And you could see a
with the
bunch of
tee
people
box,
standing
yeah.
right around the trees. And
Yeah, so they're like, I was listening to something and they were saying like at that time there was nobody on that tee box teeing off, and so there wouldn't have been a huge crowd around that tee box. It was the 17th tee box. But then I heard comments like people that were there on the tee box. They were like, yeah, they saw like acorns or walnuts or whatever kind of trees they were. The nuts were falling on them.
yeah,
and
and they probably heard
everything.
the
And
tree crack a little
yeah,
bit.
said they were
Yeah.
cracking and everything, and then yeah, so they jumped up and everyone ran. No one got hurt with the trees falling, but
Yeah, and
yeah.
I was kind of disappointed in that young kid. He won the amateur tournament.
Sam Bennett, how could you be disappointed?
I don't know. He
put on a
played
great
good.
show
Like
like the first
going
2
into
days.
going into day three. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Pat McAfee said mentioned it like, isn't it hard to sleep? Like, you're playing so well the first round, second round. He's like, no, I mean, I'm happy, but I was the reason I was disappointed because I wanted him to be sweet if he won the whole thing.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
he was playing. I mean, the first 2 days he was playing really well.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
definitely thought he had a chance.
Like he balled out the first round, and then the second round he kept it up. He came out the second day and birdied the first hole again. Yeah, he was just having an outstanding first 2 rounds, and then I think fatigue might have gotten to him maybe a little bit, and then weather conditions weren't perfect like we've been talking about.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
a lot of things played a factor in everyone else's game. Like Justin Thomas didn't even make the cut. Rory McIlroy didn't even make the cut. So I think the weather played a huge role in a lot of people's games. But shout out to the people that withstood the storm. Or
Exactly.
withstood the
I mean,
storm,
I know
yeah.
they had Rom played through most of the thick of the storm, and when it was the worst, and
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
didn't really phase him a little. I mean, I know he had a few bad holes, but it didn't really phase him that much.
Yeah, so I mentioned Rory McIlroy didn't make the cut. Justin Thomas didn't make the cut. Tiger Woods though did make the cut.
Is there how many cuts are there? That was the first cut,
So they
right?
take the top 50, and then whoever's tied at 50th. At that time, Tiger Woods was +3, and then Justin Thomas was like kind of the deciding factor of where the cut line was going to be. If he would have made, because he was like tied for 50th, if he would have made a birdie and brought it to +2, that's where the cutoff line would have been, and Tiger Woods wouldn't have made the cut. But he shot a bogey and then another bogey and then a par and ended up shooting +4. So he actually missed the cut, and yeah, so
So Tiger kind of got lucky.
yeah, I would say so. I mean, he played well, +3 through 2 rounds, and the weather was shitty. You saw him; he was
Oh
gimping
yeah, he
around.
was skimping around. It was bad too.
Yeah, and so he did re-aggravate his plantar fasciitis, and he did have to withdraw
Yeah.
from the tournament, which is unfortunate. But I think Tiger Woods is such a legend that we give him a pass on that. Like
Exactly, and
at least
every
we get to see him out there playing. Like that's what everyone wants to see. If you're a golf fan, that's what you want to see. You don't care how many rounds he plays. If
Yeah.
yeah.
And then every player that's playing with him, that's an honor to play with him. I mean,
Right,
he's the GOAT,
so-
and they don't care if he's slow. I mean,
Right, yeah. So Victor Hovland, day one, got to play with Tiger Woods, so that was fun. And they were in the same group, so that was good. That was fun to watch because Victor Hovland is one of my top 5 probably top 5 favorite golfers right now. And he played well this weekend. He shot a 7 under or 6 under for the tournament. And he was in the top 5 for pretty much the whole tournament.
Yeah.
He came out eagled number 2, and just started off hot and just kept it going. So yeah, happy for Victor Hovland. He got a decent paycheck. I think the winner got like 2.7 million.
And what was the total purse? Like, was
15 was the total
Okay.
purse, and then obviously the green jacket and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Rahm got 2.7, and then Brooks Koepka dropped down to tie for second with it's not Patrick. I can't remember who else tied for second. You could probably look it up.
Yeah, I
but
don't know who it is.
But yeah, so they each got 1.6 million. If Brooks Koepka would have got loaned second,
Mm-hmm.
he probably would have got like 2.1 or 1.8
Yeah.
or whatever. So he kind of fucked himself out of.
Yeah, he did.
Out of
And he
some-
and he what he had
But he
didn't have a
played
great
well. I mean, like
prior
first two-
tournaments. He hasn't been playing well though. I mean,
So the last tournament on the Live Tour that he played in, he won that one. So he
I
was
did
coming
hear
off
about
a
that.
win. So he was coming off a win. Great. Like yeah, he found his shot when he needed to. Like perfect timing and everything. So he found his
just
So
wasn't able to make it through the whole entire tournament.
yeah.
But-
That sucks because
No, it
I
was-
like to see those live guys. Like we never get to see them play
Mm-hmm.
on like we always watch. We get televised PGA. We don't get live, and so
Yeah.
we never get to see those guys play. So it's kind of fun seeing everyone play. Like Phil Mickelson, he balled out this weekend too. First couple rounds, he made the cut.
And Phil's
then-
part of Live too, right?
yeah, Phil Mickelson's part of live, but he balled out on the final round on Sunday and shot a 65, lowest to ever or oldest to ever shoot that low of a score at the Masters. So and he's like 52, I think 52,
Yeah.
53,
How old's
something
Tiger?
like that. 47.
Okay, so they're both up there. But
Yeah, 47, 40, I think, somewhere around there. But no, yeah. So you got like the old people. Fred Couples was out there. Can't remember his name, but he is the oldest to ever make the cut. I don't think it was Fred Couples. It was somebody else, but
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
he was the oldest player to ever make the cut. He was like 65 years old, 6 months and like 3 days.
Yeah, I saw that. They posted like a thing on TV where it was
Yeah.
like it was Fred Couples and somebody else. They were listed right next to each other, like
It
the two
was-
oldest that have. And he's a good. I mean, he was a great golfer. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah. So no, that was pretty cool. So yeah, the Masters, that was fun. I was watching Pat McAfee today, and the 16.9 million viewers.
Yep.
In the final 2 rounds of the Masters. So
That's crazy.
yeah, and
Bringing a
especially
lot of viewership for sure.
yeah, and Easter it was perfect. We got to watch some of it during Easter and all that good stuff. So that was a perfect weekend. Weather was perfect here in the Midwest, South Dakota at least. Yeah, so I even got a little sunburnt this weekend.
Yeah,
playing games and everything,
yeah.
so
The past few days have been really nice here in South Dakota.
yeah, so happy
Or Sioux Falls,
Easter, everybody.
Yep.
Late Easter, I guess, but yeah. So
It was overall fun. I mean, I like watching golf. That was actually the first tournament that I actually really paid attention to.
I think a lot
And
of people.
I
tune in.
did enjoy it. I know I saw somebody put a live bet on, put a bet on John Rahm, and they won. I don't know, it's like $5,000. I think Pat put it on.
Yeah, Pat McAfee put a $5,000 bet for John Brown to win it, and he won like 55 or 45.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I mean, speaking of like a big weekend, you know how you had Easter, you had the Masters, and you also had a big UFC event.
Yep. Adesanya.
Yep.
The last style bender. Took home he got his belt back.
He got his belt back.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's pretty sweet.
Yep. And that's pretty crazy. Pereira, I don't know, he got dropped.
Yeah.
I think it was third round or the second round. Yeah, right into the second round or halfway through or whatever. But and then also Gilbert Burns beat Jorge Masvidal, and Masvidal retired. He's done with the UFC.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw like a bunch of posts. Like he had his kid on his shoulder. Was that Ruiz, and he was leaving the arena saying goodbye.
And then he gave
thank
a
you.
shout out to Trump. He's like, "Man, I love," because Trump was there. He's like, "You're best president ever."
Nah.
So
For sure, but yeah, that was fun. UFC was. I liked how Adesanya shot like 3 arrows right at him right after he knocked him out.
because that's how many times what's his name Pereira has beaten
Shot
him.
him, yeah, not shot him, but yeah, beat him. Two in kickboxing. It wasn't even in UFC. It was 2 in kickboxing, and the one time this is the rematch of the fight Adesanya lost to Pereira. They'll probably go run it back one more time just for the best
I
two out
hope
of
so.
three?
I've heard some rumors that he's going to move up to, or what's his name? Prayer's going to move up to 205.
I'll go up a class.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I guess he's a big dude.
Well, I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to stay in the same class as Izzy.
No, but then Izzy said like about Prayer said like, man, 205 that weight class is gonna have to worry because this dude's a motherfucker to bring down.
Yeah.
Or fight at least. So
Yeah, so that shout out to both of those guys. I didn't watch it. I just watched the highlights the next day and everything. But I also saw a thing about the first time they fought. I don't know if it was the first time in UFC or if it was during kickboxing. I think it was in the kickboxing fight when Pereira knocked out Izzy.
Yeah.
And then his kid came into the ring and he fainted.
Yeah.
And so Izzy saw the kid in the ring.
Yeah, and Izzy almost fell into the ref.
If it was the ref or assistant or it was after the fight. So whoever was coming in after the ring after the fight. But yeah, I saw that. And then both of the kids were crying. And
dude, he's a badass, man. Yeah. Izzy deserved it. I think that's definitely one of the best performances ever in UFC. Just to,
for sure.
You know, you're a dominant guy in that weight class, and then having a guy that you fought previously but not the same sport come in, beat you, and you got to regain that. Obviously regain the belt and then regain the respect of all of your fans.
Lost him 3 times in a row. So I mean, yeah. And then he was wearing that. Speaking of dogs barking, he was wearing that dog collar in the interview before the game.
Yeah.
Or before the fight, and one of the people was like, or the analysis or the people asking questions are like, why are you wearing that dog collar? What does that represent? He's like, I'm about to unleash the dog. Or they're about to unleash the dog. And so yeah, that was pretty fucking sweet, and he did. He backed it up and everything. So that was fucking
So I mean, overall a great weekend of sports. Not a ton of sports, but what we had.
Baseball
especially
too.
Now.
Baseball kicking off. We're about 10, 12 games in. Tampa Bay. Have you heard?
Are they undefeated?
Yeah, so they're 10-0 right now. Longest or the most wins in an opening since like 1975 from the Kansas City Royals. I think did it back then. They went 8-0 or 9-0. They had 9 wins, and then Tampa Bay just beat them the other night. And then they have another game coming up.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't follow baseball a ton, but when was the last time that Tampa Bay has been like, relevant? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't follow baseball a whole lot either, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I was looking at just like doing some stat checking and all that stuff. So yeah, they're 10-0, but the run scored and the runs against is like 74 to like 18.
Jeez.
So they're like dominating everyone.
Yeah.
They beat the Athletics 11-0 to make them 10-0.
Hell yeah.
So they're putting up runs. They're playing great defense. They have great pitchers. They just placed a couple people on IL though. So they might break the streak because they have some of their stars and pitchers on IL. But whatever, they set history, and this is that 74 to like 13 or 18 run deficit is like most since the New York Yankees since 1939.
Yeah, they're breaking records, man.
Shit. Yeah, so
they might be like I'd say it's a little bit too early to call because I mean they play. I don't know how many games, 155. So
182.
Yeah, whatever it is, a lot. I think it's way too early to call to see if they're going to be like the
right, but
they're off to a hot start for sure.
Nice potential, and then they're leading the AL or the NL, whatever. I'm not too. Don't yell at me for not knowing my baseball, but then the Atlanta Braves are leading the other conference. And they're sitting at 7-4. So I mean, yeah, way too many games of baseball to even know.
Yeah, I mean it's on all the time. I just gotta.
It is promising to see.
Turn it on.
Yeah, it is promising to see Tampa Bay go 10-0, and they're winning by
a ton.
Yeah, I think they're like plus 58.
Huge spread. Yeah,
plus 58 in the run differential. New York Yankees were like a plus 18, and the New York Mets were at like plus 15. So those teams are like always top dogs, and stuff like that. So
yeah, we'll have to just keep turn it when it's on, turn it on, just to kind of even just listen to the commentators to kind of get some more knowledge about MLB. But no NBA's. We've gotten over that kind of boring part of the NBA towards the end. Now it's we're finally into the playing games and the playoffs.
Yeah, playing games tonight,
Tuesday
the 11th. So yeah, we're recording it. We're about to switch on the game after we record this podcast. But Lakers play tonight. Who else plays tonight? Do you want to throw me my phone if you can reach that? Just toss me my phone quick.
Hold up. But
because I gotta check on that. But I want to go back to baseball quick. I was watching Pat McAfee today, and they had Brady
from Indy.
Yeah, what's his last name?
Brady Maine.
Something like Brady Carr or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they had him on Pat McAfee. He threw a no-hitter.
Yep, and he hit for the cycle.
And he hit for the cycle, which is a single, double, triple, and a home run. So that dude, he's a fifth-year senior. Yeah, for Indianapolis.
It's a D2 school in Indy.
Yeah, what is it? Indianapolis University or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the name is, but I know it's a D2 in Indy.
Obviously
not too far from where Pat resides. So.
Yeah, but still, that's fucking a no hitter, and then
and I think Shohei Ohtani's done that.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani did do that, but that's a major league player that. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe this kid might end up in the major league.
And the kid had he had a game at 3, and it was obviously it was 1 hour ahead, so he was there till like 1.
Yeah,
and he's like, my coach is pissed because I should be at batting practice right now, or batting prior to like warming up and shit.
Right.
That was congrats to that kid.
Right.
I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. That doesn't happen very much at all. It's a tough thing to do.
No, I think only 10 people have ever done it in the MLB is hit for the cycle. I think only 10 have ever hit for the cycle in the MLB history.
And that's just hitting for the cycle. I mean, you're not throwing a no-hitter
on
the same night, too.
And that's in the MLB, too. I guess, who knows what all the other, like, if a college kid is, like, there's probably been out there, but...
Yeah. Let's just talk about some...
But going back to the NBA, who's playing tonight?
So the T-Wolves and Lakers play at 9 tonight. The game that's about to start here in about 10 minutes is going to be the Atlanta Hawks versus Miami Heat.
Right. And then going back to the T-Wolves, it's gonna suck going like playing without Rudy Gobert.
Yep, and McDaniels.
Yeah, so mention that.
Yeah, so
people who don't know.
Yeah, so Rudy Gobert punched one of his teammates on a timeout.
Kyle Anderson was his teammate.
Yep.
That's the person he punched.
The Minnesota organization chose to, suspend Rudy for 1 game, and this is the most important game of the season. It's a playing game to make the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's not their last game.
Well,
if they lose this one, they can still win the next one. They'll play the loser, yeah. So the thing that happened, so Rudy Gobert and Kyle Anderson both play for the Timberwolves. They're both on the same team and everything. I think they were down like 8 or 15 at this point. And Kyle Anderson tells Rudy Gobert to like, hey, get some rebounds or block some shots, but he didn't say it like that. He's like, block some shots, you bitch, or something like that.
Yeah, it called him the B word. That's what, yeah.
Yeah, block some shots, you bitch, or something like that. And then Rudy Gobert's like, just didn't necessarily punch him. It was kind of like an open like hit to the chest. It didn't really.
Though, I mean. Jeez.
Yeah, but it was in the middle of a timeout across
and he's not a young player either.
Rudy Gobert. And so he's suspended for the play-in game.
Yep, and then
the first one, and that's a huge loss considering how much you gave up for Rudy Gobert. So you gave up D'Lo, you gave up a bunch of people to get Rudy Gobert on the team and everything.
I mean, they gave up 20 different picks or 20 different things. They give up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if did they give up D'Lo for Rudy? No, Rudy was there when D'Lo was there, but they gave up some big picks, and then then they sent D'Lo shipping and like.
And I think they gave us some lottery picks as well.
Yeah. So and D'Lo was like D'Lo's doing on the Lakers.
But that's. I mean, I think that's not I don't think that's the biggest concern. I think you got to guard LeBron tonight. Rudy Gobert is definitely not guarding LeBron, obviously, and he couldn't. Jaden McDaniels, he's been playing. He's probably the best defender on Minnesota. He's out with a broken hand because another stupid decision, out of frustration, I'm guessing, is going to the locker room. I don't think he may have fouled out or got teed up or got kicked out of the game. Punches the wall on the way to the locker room, breaks his hand.
And then go through the stats that you were telling me before when Jaden McDaniels is guarding
LeBron James
versus the rest of the team.
Yep. So when Jaden's guarding LeBron, LeBron is 3 for 15 from the field. It's 20% field goal percentage, and then versus all other teammates on the T-Wolves, he's 14 for 28 at a 50%.
So 50.
Range.
I'd rather have LeBron shooting 20% rather than 50.
Yep, and that's going to hurt him tonight, I think.
How much do you think LeBron goes off for?
I don't know. I mean, he had 36 the night. I think it was 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
So I think he's turning it on. He had that month break or month and a half break. I think that he's gonna turn it on, and I think he's gonna really
I
he's
think
gonna go
so
off.
too.
He's gonna. I mean, some analysts have the Lakers going pretty far.
I have the Lakers winning. I have a $50 bet on the
Yeah,
Lakers
and then
winning the whole thing.
if they get if so this game's a win and you're in. If you win this game
If
tonight,
you lose, then you gotta play the
play
loser
another
of the
game.
yeah,
Yep.
of the other
But
playing game.
so
and
you
then,
obviously want to win tonight, and then they'll be playing the Memphis Grizzlies on first round. And I think, shoot, I mean I know Ja's great, and then you got Brooks,
Desmond Bain, Dylan Brooks,
Dylan Brooks. I don't even know if he's
bunch of I want to say trash players. I like Ja.
but
Ja's probably one of my favorite.
With Anthony Davis healthy, LeBron healthy, I think that they'll walk through.
If the Lakers
walk
can
through that
stay
team.
healthy, yeah, I think Lakers they have kind of not an easy path but another fun game to watch. So we'll come back to the Lakers here in a little bit, but another fun game to watch. This is 4 versus 5, the Clippers versus the Suns. That's gonna be
Yep, and the Suns are 8-0 when Kevin Durant plays.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. You got Russ Westbrook, you got Kevin Durant back at it, and then last time they played when Russ was on Oklahoma and they met Golden State in the finals, or not the finals, but I think the semifinals of the Western Conference. They were going at it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They were like he was saying that KD was saying Russ is soft and calling him a bitch and all that stuff. So
It should be fun.
It's gonna get heated, and yeah, Paul George is back there. Kawhi, dude. The West is stacked.
Yep, they are.
The West is
They are
stacked,
for
and it's
sure.
going to be fun watching the Western Conference. I think going to the East, I think Milwaukee's going to run through it. Boston's going to run through theirs. I mean, yeah, I don't see a whole lot of competition there in the East, but
I think that's very easy to pick. I think you can pick your winners out of each series because the teams that are playing, I don't know.
yeah. But then on the West, you got the Nuggets, the Kings. You got so many.
Yeah,
so many
I'm
teams.
a Lakers fan, so I'm gonna take
Yeah,
them.
I like the Lakers. I put a $50 bet to win like 700. I think they're plus 1,400 at the time I put the bet
Okay.
down. So
And what do you put that? You put that before they got what's his name? When did they
no,
get
I got
Russell?
no, I put that bet in after they made the
Okay.
D'Lo, the Vanderbilt, and the Malik trade.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I put it in
that
after
Vanderbilt's
but,
pretty good too.
dude. Defense wise, he's 6'9", but his wingspan's like 7'1", 6. Yeah, so
It's good.
Very great defender, great shooter.
I'm pretty pumped. I'm like, it's basketball and football for me, so I'm pretty pumped. Like when the playoffs start kicking off, it's like I'm gonna be watching every game,
Yep.
trying to at least.
Yeah, so I love watching NBA playoffs, and they actually, for the most part, try. Like, they play defense.
Yeah, because there's got to be some type of incentive if you win the finals, if you win if you win a round, if you make it to the second
and
round.
I bet you there's player incentives, like if you average so many blocks, assists, steals.
I think it's kind of maybe
stuff
like the
that.
NFL where they have like
Yeah, for sure. If you
incentive
have
based
so many-
contracts.
Yeah, 100% it is. But this is all guaranteed money. Like they're on guaranteed contracts, and the
Yeah.
NFL's not. But yeah, speaking of NFL, a couple big things that happened.
Not a lot, but yeah, a couple big ones.
Big ones. First one, probably the biggest one everyone's been talking about. Odell Beckham Jr. Signed to the Baltimore Ravens on a 1-year, $15 million deal.
15 million guaranteed.
15 million guaranteed. So, what does that say about the Lamar Jackson kind of controversy that's been going on? Who knows? It kind of seems like, I mean, you saw some Twitters, some tweets or whatever.
Twits.
And then you saw Lamar Jackson at the club with OBJ.
The night, I think the
The
night
night
of
of
the
or
day.
after, or
I think
something
the
like
night of.
that. So,
I mean, I think that being an NFL player, especially those two stars, there's no way you don't talk to like one another. Like if you're gonna sign there, if
right.
you're gonna leave.
I bet you OBJ before he even signed that deal. And so OBJ before he signed that deal, this was like the day before Thanksgiving. So this was, or not
Easter.
before Thanksgiving, before Easter. Sorry. He signed with the Ravens, but he signed with the Ravens like 2-3 days before he was gonna go meet with the New York Jets.
I think it was actually the next day he was supposed to go and meet the Jets.
Or fly out to go
So
to New York. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he called them and said, "Hey, can you match this deal?" They said no. Obviously, they couldn't. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna sign here."
Hell yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work out. I know Lamar can toss the rock,
dude.
toss the ball, but I don't know.
Yeah, when he goes like,
And
throws 350 yards for 4 touchdowns. Like, not bad for a running back, huh?
But
So
also
he
he
knows he's a
also OBJ
quarterback.
hasn't played in a year and a half. So or yeah, a year,
Yeah,
but over
but
a
he
year.
did the
So
same thing on the Rams. Comes out when they win the Super Bowl.
yeah,
He
this
comes
is
out, has 7 touchdowns in the last
yeah.
like
I think it's
10
easier to
games.
recover from one ACL tear compared to two.
Yeah, but he's been through it. He knows how to do it. So
Yeah, and I don't see any like the videos that he posts like I don't see it like that doesn't
the
like
explosiveness or
I don't
anything like
doesn't
that.
show. I mean, you can run routes like everybody says like you can kick field goals, you can throw a deep bomb without any defense, but let's see some defense, you know.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
And then in game speed's a lot different than just out there running routes and stuff. But I think he's gonna do. I personally want him to do good, and I don't think
yeah.
that.
It's Odell. It's Odell fucking Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I don't think
dude.
that he's gonna have any issue of getting back on the field and
Yeah,
balling out.
I don't think so either. I think, and then who else did they sign? They got Nelson Aguilar. They got Devin Duvernay. They got Rashad Bateman. They have it pretty stacked. And
Yeah,
the running backs. Did Gus Edwards stayed, I think, and then they had a J.K. Dobbins.
yeah, and then I think they signed some defensive players or
Yeah. So I mean, they got some studs on that team. I like the Ravens. Yeah. I mean, I think I want to see Lamar go somewhere else just because. I mean,
he's been in that system and he hasn't really done a whole lot.
besides win MVP, but yeah, they're always like 9-8 maybe on a good year. They're like 13-4.
And don't get me wrong, they had a lot of like all three running backs got hurt last year.
And the year before that, like
Or maybe it was the year before that. I mean,
but
that's three running backs
still,
that you need.
even this year they had running back injuries. They had a lot of injuries. So
Yeah, but then Rashad Bateman couldn't stay healthy.
yeah,
the past 2 years,
the Ravens just
so.
can't stay healthy. Lamar Jackson was hurt this year. Like the Ravens just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because they're in a tough conference. So they got the Bengals. Who else do they got in their
Steelers,
Steelers and Browns? Yeah, that's a tough conference.
You know-
I'm excited for fantasy football this year, especially. Well, yeah, we'll have to figure out if we how we can do it with like.
We can do like I mean, I think obviously like we can't do 30 teams.
I think we can. So like,
But
if we had 30 teams, we would just do each 10-team league.
Yeah,
and then
I think
the winners out of those 3 10-team leagues will play the last 3 weeks of the regular season.
I'd rather just do a 10 team or 12 team. Whoever signs up first, I guess we'll cap it at 12 because it's a lot easier. You don't have to focus on 3 different leagues. I think we just keep it at 12.
No, you wouldn't. Who would focus on 3 different leagues?
Well, I mean, you got to see who you're matching up against if you're going to make like the play-in. Like it's kind of like a play-in if you do win that league, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but you have to focus on your league first, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to worry about
And I
other
don't
league
like,
until.
and also like, how does that work? So like, obviously, okay, you have 3 different.
So you go top. You
pods.
go top 2. So top 2 teams.
So that wouldn't be too bad. All
top
get
2
good players,
teams,
but
top 2 teams out of each league go into a tournament style. So then there's 3 teams. Then there's it's a 6-man bracket, and then you just play that 6-man bracket, and then that's the last 3 weeks.
if you want to, yeah, as long as if it's 10 teams, because I'm not doing like obviously I don't think you can do like a 30 team
I don't think so.
because that'd be pointless because you could have a
Yeah, it would
bunch of
be
shitty
it'd be
players.
stupid. Yeah, but if we do, if we got 30 people, do 3 10-man leagues, that'd be perfect. And then you'd have decent players, and then hopefully you wouldn't have the same team as who you're matched up against, because that would be the odds that are probably fucking impossible. But
Yeah,
yeah, so that'd be kind of fun if we. I think I'll try to put that together, but I think that'd be fucking sweet.
it would be fun. And we are paying that. We did find out who the winner of our March Madness was.
Yep, he reached out on Facebook, Flip Ondler. So
Flip
we're gonna.
Ondler, so we're gonna send
We'll
his-
pay him. We'll pay him as soon like the same day this video drops. We'll pay him $150. So shout out, congratulations,
Yeah,
Flip,
shout out Flip.
for correctly picking UNC and winning the March Madness. That was pretty crazy during all the upsets and stuff
And he
that you
picked
were able
he
to.
picked the winner. Yeah, it's
to
crazy.
pick the winner,
Yeah,
so-
congratulations, man.
Yep. So shout out Flip, and then Big Blue 096 hasn't reached out yet. So if you want to DM us on Flip found us on Facebook on our TEW Confrontational Facebook page. If you want to follow that and just message us on there, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, we might have to drop it down to 3rd or 4th. Whoever reaches out, because I think 3rd and 4th place are actually tied at like 660 at points, I think.
Okay.
And so and 3rd is Jays Will Be Smoked. That's the name of their bracket, and then the name of 4th place, or I guess they're tied for 3rd, is just D. so I'm not sure who that is. But if we do that, then second place, if Big Blue 096 doesn't reach out, we'll split that $50 payout into two. So we'll split it between Jays will be smoked and D if Big Blue doesn't reach out. So Jays will be smoked, and D if you want to reach out, same thing. Just go to the TEW Confrontational Facebook page or comment on the on this video here, and stuff like that, and we'll get you guys paid. If Big Blue doesn't reach out, we'll probably give you until the next video drops next Wednesday. That's 3 weeks after the tournament ended. So by the time next video drops, so not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Yeah, what date is that?
I can't know. Yeah, probably like the 18th or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're actually right.
18th or 19th?
19th.
So, yeah, by the 19th, if Big Blue 096 doesn't reach out, we'll pay. Jays will be smoked.
25 each.
And then D, whoever that is, yeah, we'll split that up in 25 each. So
perfect.
Just reach out if you're one of those three names that we named. Otherwise, everyone else, thank you for participating. We'll probably do it again next year.
Absolutely.
We'll probably do the NFL fantasy football. That would be hell of a time if we got 30 teams and everything in there.
Yeah, boy.
That'd be sweet. So we'll probably start that here in August. But for now, I guess there's not a whole lot of things coming up.
I do have one thing that came out today. Jeff Okudah from the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Jeff Okudah
got traded to Atlanta Falcons for he was the third overall pick in 2020.
Yeah.
He got traded to Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are actually looking pretty good besides the quarterback situation. They've
nothing yet, but they have the third overall pick.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of teams trying to come up and try to snag that, but who knows? But he got traded. That's crazy. A third overall pick, and then he gets traded for not great picks.
Right. So I think I saw this. If I might have saw this incorrectly, I might have been reading this wrong. But the Detroit Lions traded Jeff Okudah and a third round pick. I think it was in 2025 to Atlanta, and Atlanta just gave Detroit a fifth round pick.
Oh, so they're giving him up and a pick.
That's a first round pick and a third round pick for a fifth round pick.
There had to have been something. Cause I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, they might be clearing cap space because how long is a 5-year contract if you're picked top first round, right?
Well, it's 4 years and they had the 5th-year option.
Yeah, so I don't know what were they thinking, because he's a baller, right?
I thought he was. I mean,
but the Lions did pick up a bunch of DBs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know if that was a thing.
Even if they just had some, I don't know.
Yeah,
he was not a good locker room guy. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But that's a lot to give up for what you invested. Like, you're giving up a third overall pick.
Yep.
And a third round pick for a 5th round pick.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
If we're gonna talk about contracts or trades, I think it's finally came out that the Packers and Jets both sides aren't gonna do anything until up to the first round of the draft, which is in 2 weeks here on the 27th, right? 28th.
They said they're delayed amidst something. Yeah,
and they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait until the night of the draft. So keep your eyes peeled. Tune into the first round, and I think something blows up there. So
April 27th is the first round of the NFL draft. So on that Thursday.
Yeah. So I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, me too. Tune in.
Other than that, I mean, what else to look forward to?
Boxing, NBA playoffs. Yeah, playoffs are starting tonight.
Boxing.
Boxing to this weekend. You got Ryan Garcia.
Is that this weekend?
Javante
I thought that was
Davis.
the
22nd. That's this weekend, I think. Oh, maybe not. No, it's next weekend.
Yeah, it's next weekend.
Yep. My bad.
Yeah, but
my apologies.
Hey,
but
still something to look forward to.
Right. Yeah. Basically, all that's going on is basketball and baseball right now. And golf, I guess. I was watching some college golf yesterday. I caught myself. I was like invitational, like 2023 invitational or something, and it was college, and it was pretty fun to watch. A lot of cool college kids, and potentially might see them on tour. In a couple of years. So I was watching that. But yeah, we should go over. You watching anything on Netflix right now?
No, I mean, well, we started watching The Night Watch.
Is that the
pretty damn good?
Is that EMT thing, the ambulatory thing?
No. Night Watch is a guy that worked for. He's a White House, some employee at the White House. He worked in it's called the night shift
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just
yeah.
answered phones. I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. I think it's 10 episodes, and they have announced that they're coming out with the second season here this following year. So it's really good. I'm 6 episodes in right now. It's really good. What
Hell
about
yeah.
you?
Dude, yeah. I don't know. I just watch pretty much whatever Ashley watch. I'm more,
Mm-hmm.
I like to binge TV shows. I don't like to, like, sometimes
It's hard to like I'll watch 2 episodes tonight, and then if you're busy one night, you have a whole night off. Then you're like, oh
I
shoot,
can't
what?
remember
Yeah,
yeah, I have to watch
exactly.
the reviews and stuff like so. TV shows are right. Like I watch 911.
Yeah,
Um,
I've heard of that.
I watch 911 every like Monday and Tuesday. So 911 Lone Star and 911 just regular 911. I watch that every week. Uh, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy. It's very unrealistic, some of the shit that
Mm-hmm.
happens on there, but
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. But I watch more movies. Did you watch that new movie that came out on Netflix with Adam Sandler?
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's actually the second. I
the
think it's the
second one,
second one. Yep. Uh,
Lost Treasure, not Treasure.
no, 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 no. I know what you're talking about.
Why can't I remember the name of this fucking movie? I just watched it the
Yeah,
other
I
day.
watched it with
Um,
Dunny. Yeah, it was good. I
yeah,
mean,
Murder Mysteries,
Murder Mystery too.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
thought it
good,
was.
but
I
I
like
don't know.
Adam Sandler.
I love Adam Sandler, but I don't think it's a good movie, but it's not great. It won't.
Anything with like Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, like both of those guys, and like yeah,
Yeah,
100%. I'm
I think
watching
their
it.
best movie that they've made is probably it's got to be what's it called? Just Go With It.
Just go with
That's a
it. Yeah,
great movie.
that is a fucking when he is trying to save that when that. He's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies, but that redhead guy with the
Hmm.
glasses,
Yeah.
and he's giving the goat
Well,
CPR.
he was his name was
Yeah,
Dolph.
yeah. Hello, my name is
Dolph
Dolph.
Lundgren.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I like, yeah, all that shit. Yeah. Do you got anything
I don't
else?
got much. I mean, sports. It was a big weekend, but not a lot to touch on overall. Because we talked about the winners.
Yeah. So let's recap what we talked about. So we got PGA, John Rahm winning that.
Brooks
Uh,
Koepka blowing the 5-stroke lead, and he did making excuses about, um, using
Yeah,
somebody
playing
in
people
front of him.
playing
Yeah.
slow. He said John Rahm went to that like 6 or 7, 8 times or whatever.
Yeah.
So making excuses about that, but Phil Mickelson balling out at age 52 or 53, whatever we said, and
Hmm.
uh, shooting a 65. Victor Hovland playing well. Jordan Spieth playing well.
And then obviously we got to shout out the amateur. Well, they were saying amateur.
Amateur. Yeah, but that's how they say it. That's how like proper way to
But
say
yeah,
it, I think.
him.
So
You
Sam
gotta shout out
Bennett,
him.
yeah, Sam Bennett balling out. He kind of slowed down towards the end, but still, hell of a performance on the biggest stage in PGA, I would say. So you got that, and then you got Rory McIlroy not making it, and Justin Thomas not making
And then
it.
Tiger Woods making it.
Tiger Woods making it, and him withdrawn. But he's a legend, so we give him pass on whatever
You
he
got to give him a
does.
pass. Got to give
Um,
Tiger a pass.
yeah, and then we got UFC. We have Izzy
Yep.
regaining his belt. So shout out Izzy knocking him out in the second round. So that was awesome. And then you had not Sam
Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal.
Gilbert Burns beating Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal retiring.
And I think the biggest reason why he did that is because he's a Miami native. They were in Miami,
Hometown.
and they haven't had a UFC event in Miami in like I think it was over 10 years.
10 years, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, might as well do it in your hometown. And who wants to get the shit beat out of them for the rest of their lives? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but and one thing to note about him, I don't know if I don't know if I can speak on if he's a Hall of Famer or not, but he has the quickest knockout in UFC history. Versus Ben Askren, he has that 6-second knockout knee to the dome.
What was that? Conor McGregor has the second one, right?
I think so.
Like 12
yeah,
seconds
versus
or whatever.
I know it is too.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's got to be close. But
I think it's
didn't
versus
know.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah,
knockout.
I didn't remember. I didn't know that Jorge
Jorge
Masvidal
Masvidal, yeah.
had the fastest knockout. I did not know that.
But you know that. Have you seen that video? Him knocking
yeah,
out?
yeah.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so we got UFC. We covered that. NBA playoffs starting tonight. You got Lakers and Timberwolves, and
Lakes.
then who did you say? Portland and
No, God dang, I forgot now.
Hawks and
Atlanta Hawks versus Miami Heat.
Atlanta Hawks
what it
versus
was.
Miami Heat. That should be a good one.
That's
Miami's
on.
not
That's on
playing-
as we speak.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited to watch some dive into some NBA. I have the Lakers winning it all? Who do you got? Obviously,
I got the
you
Lakers.
probably
Yeah.
got the Lakers.
I got the
You're
Lakers,
LeBron.
but I don't know.
If
I could see Milwaukee taking it home. I could see even if Boston steps it up a little bit. Boston's a great team, so I think Boston can take it home too.
Who are your final four? Do you kind of know like?
So two from East, two from West.
Yeah. So like yeah, so the conference
know,
finals.
I don't know. I'd probably have to say the two teams I just mentioned. I don't know. They wouldn't play because that's 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, they would meet down in the conference championship.
Yeah, so that'd be my top two from.
So you think Milwaukee and Boston?
Mm-hmm. And then I'd probably have to say, let me take a look because I don't know who is even good in.
Yeah, you. So for in the West, you have
I don't know.
Denver. You have
I'd say
Kings.
I'd probably say for the East, I'd probably say Milwaukee and the Boston, and then I'd say gotta go the Warriors and Lakers, 6th and 7th seeds. They'll make
Warriors
it
and
out.
Lakers.
Yeah, Warriors are
Yeah,
great.
and I saw Klay Thompson tweeted a thing or said a thing in a interview. He doesn't see any team able to beat the Warriors in 7 games if everyone stays healthy.
And he's having a great year too. He hasn't. I mean, I saw a stat where it said like he's second or third all time, but he has a few stats that are his best in his career.
Right, and then Klay Thompson became the third player to have 300 3-pointers this season. I think it was Klay Thompson.
It was.
Or somebody
No, it was Klay.
joined Steph Curry and somebody else.
It was Klay.
Yeah,
I saw that stat.
Klay joined the 300 club this season, so that's pretty sweet. Did we ever talk about, I think we did, Keegan Murray being the rookie 3-point leader?
Mm-hmm.
The most 3-pointers ever.
We talked about it right before the 3-point contest was happening.
Oh, did we? Okay, perfect. So yeah,
And
Keegan Murray,
he didn't
the
participate
rookie.
in the 3-point contest.
No.
We talked about him.
Yeah, but he had like 100, it was 187 or 186 was the record he had to beat. And he has like 100, he had 188. He made like 3 that game, and then he's probably made close to 200, I think, by the end of the season. I'll have to double check that, but yeah. So
and then NBA, UFC, Masters or PGA, and then NFL. You know, not a ton of stuff going on right now.
OBJ.
That was OBJ, but it's huge because I definitely thought he was going to be shipped to New York with A-Rod, but
yeah,
you know,
Alan Lazard and like the
and they were, and I think it was
Wilson.
Stephen A. was mentioning something saying like, you know, OBJ he's gone to a lot of different teams, not so great teams like such as like I mean, the Giants were all right, they weren't great.
Yeah.
Then he got sent, and he didn't choose. He didn't want to go to Cleveland. He got traded to Cleveland. That didn't work out for him. Got hurt. Baker wasn't, on.
Right.
And then he went to Los Angeles, won a ring, got hurt. Could have won MVP for the Super Bowl. Got hurt. And now he's
yes.
And now I think he's with a great team. We'll have to see
So
because
unlucky. But yeah, we'll see what Lamar decides. What he wants to, or I guess he's not really deciding. Other teams are willing to pay him. See if any teams are willing to pay him what he wants. If not, if he ends up playing
I think they'll still
for the Ravens, he'll make 36 and a half, 33 and a half,
33 and a half, 36 and a half, something around there.
Yeah, on the
But I still think
franchise tag,
I still think at minimum they'll still go like a 9 and 8. I still think they
even like if Lamar and OBJ play together,
at minimum, not maximum.
If the whole team stays healthy, like we were talking about, they always have injuries. If the whole team stays healthy, I think the Ravens might play well. I mean, what did they finish last year? 10 and 7.
I couldn't tell you.
They
but
had Brent Huntley for the last.
And he's
games.
a baller. He made the
correct
Pro Bowl.
He is
which the Pro Bowl is kind of a joke, but
he deserved it. But yeah. So yeah, and then Devin White, I heard, wanted to trade. Any other big news in the NFL?
Not in the past.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't made anything. Yeah. Like you said, waiting for the draft night. Said nothing will happen before.
I don't think so. No, I think the night of the draft, they'll probably make the news. It scrolls across the bottom right before the pick or something.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives me optimism because, they have that 12th pick, or where they have that 13th pick.
15th Packers.
No, the Jets.
Yeah.
The 11th or 13th.
11th, I think. 11th or 13th.
That kind of gives me some optimism, saying like, oh, could they be like, the New York Jets trade the 11th overall pick to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
You never know. But it could also be later.
Who would you take at the 11th, and then you have the 15th, and then you have like
I don't know.
2 second rounders?
I do think that they're going to take a receiver. I like that tight end from, like I've always mentioned, from Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, from Georgia.
Yeah.
And then there's some good receivers out there too.
Yep. You guys have a pretty solid defense. You might need some.
There's a really good cornerback that's available from, you were mentioning it last
Illinois,
podcast. Yeah,
or
there's two of them
Oklahoma
actually that
State. I think it was either Illinois
should
or
go in the
Oklahoma
first
State.
round.
Yeah, it was Witherspoon and Gonzalez.
I wouldn't mind taking that, but we have our corners are good on one side for sure. You got Jair Alexander on one side, but I guess we'll have to see. I mean, I'm pumped for it. I'm gonna see. I'll probably text Austin to see how, how the atmosphere is, because he's gonna be at the draft.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty sweet down in Union Station, Kansas City. That'd be fun as fuck. I don't think I'll probably be making the trip. I think I got something on the 28th that weekend. But I mean, I could go down on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't. I'll probably be just hanging out, probably at my house, golfing maybe.
Yeah, we'll be hitting.
I mean, you can always toss this sumbitch up on the cart and watch the draft while you're swinging the iron.
We'll be hitting the links tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
First round of the year out at Keene Golf Course.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 83. Really, not much wind.
Just sun.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
Now I'm pumped to.
I'm excited to
break out the clubs.
I'm excited to get a sunburn. I'm excited to drink some beer, hit some golf clubs, like listen to some music. Don't forget your speaker, by the way. I'll bring mine just in case you forget. But yeah, I'm pumped. I get the hop out the fucking
we'll
links.
have to talk about on the next podcast. We'll have to talk about how we did.
Yeah,
overall.
I'll keep the scorecard. First round is always rusty. It feels like it's either I go out and should have the best round of my life, or I shoot shitty and shoot 110.
Yeah.
It's either
I'm gonna try to hit the range a little bit, maybe 15-20 minutes before, get a half bucket of balls and warm up, because I don't know, that first drive off the first tee box.
I'm gonna be sore as fuck on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we're excited. Weather's supposed to be nice, supposed to cool back down, but
I mean, you got to take it for what it is. You got 3 days where it's 80 degrees plus. You got to take that in.
Yeah, and no snow on the ground. Thankful for that.
Yeah, all the snow's gone here in South Dakota, Sioux Falls. So I know it's not all gone in South Dakota, because I know Pierce still has some.
Aberdeen got
hammered 18.
up there. Yeah.
They get 18 inches or
I think they
something
got
like that.
26.
Damn. Yeah.
So they got hit hard up there. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we're excited for the warm weather. Summer starting up.
NBA
playoffs. Maybe some baseball. I really can't get into baseball. I know I'm not a huge baseball guy, so that's just what it is. But I'll do my research and stuff.
Yeah, we'll watch some games and get some stats out to you guys. But
yeah, I'm excited to actually watch Tampa Bay play. I want to see. I haven't watched any.
How long they can go without losing.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so we're excited to continue on making videos and stuff, creating content. We might even record our golf outing tomorrow and kind of make clips and cut it up and put it on our channel.
And if not even tomorrow, I mean, we got all summer. We're definitely going to end up doing that.
Yeah,
we got those shirt mics that you can clip on
mics and stuff. Yeah,
so we're definitely going to end up doing that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, there's a Kicking Country golf pass. It's $147, and it gives you 14. It gives you 18 holes at 14 different courses. So 14 rounds, 18 holes at 14 different courses. Obviously, when you use one, you can't play there again. But I think for $147,
that's not bad.
I think we should just get that, and then we'll just go to all different 14 courses. Like there's some in Irene. I think there's some in Larchwood, then in Renner, and then Lennox and stuff like that. So we'll have to get that and just go to all the different courses.
Yeah, I want to try the one out at Grand Falls. You've been there? I haven't. I want to try that one time.
That one's hard. That one's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably lose 12, 15 balls, but the one that we're playing on tomorrow, I'm pumped, because you have to be not a great golfer, but decent, because they have I think they have 2 or 3 long holes.
Yeah, they only have 400,
and then there's a lot that are like 110.
Yeah, I think it's a par 32 or a par 34. It's not a very long course.
So you definitely got to have some muscle.
And it's only a 9-hole course. But yeah, majority of the holes. First one's a par 4. Next 3 are a par 3, and then I think hole number 5 is a par 4.
Okay.
And then a couple more par 3s, and then hole number 9 is a par 4. I think there's only 3, maybe 4 par 4s on that course. Otherwise, it's just a par 3 course.
But hey, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how I do. I know, towards the end of last year, I was starting to play. I mean, I actually golfed quite a bit last year, compared to previous years. I golfed 7 or 8 times. But this year, I'm gonna golf. Hopefully, if I get a pass, for sure. But hopefully more than I did last year. And I started warming up last year, so hopefully I can bring that into the new year.
Golf is tough. I mean, you have to stick with it to get good at it. You can't just play twice a year and like
expect to dominate.
Yeah. So golf, it definitely takes. You have to go out. You know, don't necessarily have to go to the range, but you have to golf quite a bit to like kind of get like, hey, technique and shit like that. How you want to swing, how hitting the ball and shit like that. I used to just watch YouTube videos all the time. Get my technique.
I mean, that probably helps a little bit, but definitely doing it.
Yeah, doing it, and then. I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods in the hitting bay. Yeah. They had a hitting bay there, so I was just went in the hitting bay in the morning for like an hour and a half before we even opened.
Get some work.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so fun stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for the summer. We'll be hanging out at the lake quite a bit, so probably recording a couple of podcasts at the lake. That would be sweet.
Yep.
Stuff like that. So yeah, we're just excited. I got spring fever. I'm itching. For the warm weather, I'm excited for tomorrow, go out and golf and stuff like that. So yeah, just another day, not a whole lot crazy going on in the sports world. I haven't been paying much attention to the real world at all either. But
there'll probably be a few big moves before the NFL draft, but I think most of it's going to come on the draft or after, but not a whole lot. Yeah, I'd just say the biggest thing going on that we pay attention to is going to be the NBA playoffs.
Right.
And hopefully seeing some upsets. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. So awesome, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of TEW Confrontational, episode number 11.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we're hanging in there, and then we'll pay Flip Onler tomorrow, 150, and then Big Blue 096. Just a reminder, reach out to us. Let us know who you are. If not, J's will be smoked, and D. Whoever you guys are, reach out to us. I think you guys tied, so we'll split that 50 in half. So reach out to us. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to shout out?
No. Just have, if you're in South Dakota, wherever you are, just enjoy that nice weather because it's going to start warming up, and hang out with friends and family, hop on the boat if you have one, and yeah, start swinging some clubs.
Hell yeah, get some grilling on and like that. So awesome. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of TEW Confrontational. Until next time, peace.